Hi everyone, so let us talk about leaks and sort of what my channel covers and what we don't cover. So I'll just make this explicitly clear. We do not cover any speculative content on this channel. So speculative content would be anything that includes potentially like upcoming regions in some sort of way, any sort of potential items relating to new domains. That would include, let's say, artifacts that might come in the future, anything relating to new events that could come in the future, any new characters, etc., etc. So my philosophy is, if it's not on Genshin Impact's Twitter or on the like official Hoyo Lab post and sort of confirmed by Genshin Impact official, the big boss, and then we do not cover it. So for instance, Arataki Ito, he is on the official Genshin Impact Twitter. We know that he is most likely coming in version 2.3. What we also know is he's a Claymore user, and that is it. What we can talk about, though, is perhaps from a speculative perspective, we can talk about, what do we expect? But then we're just going to reason from general principles. Is Ito Arataki someone that takes a significant field time? Is he someone that buffs his teams? Is he someone like Ayaka that you just sort of quick swap, press Q and swap off? We can talk about what the different implications would be under those different scenarios, and that is what I would consider not to be leaks. But leaks would be anything such as saying, oh yeah, on his E ability, he summons a mighty boulder from the heavens and it just hits all enemies. Obviously, I've just made that up. But for instance, I do not cover that. So please don't ask me. Please don't ask me in the comment section about any characters or any sort of upcoming things about those characters specifically in any way or form. From my perspective, my only feeling is that whatever we've got in game is what we've got in game, and as time will come, all will be revealed. We will have new stories, we will have like new weapons, and we'll have all sorts of cool things, and then we can discuss it when and if it happens. And you guys know my approach. I'm not someone that just wants to sit here and spit like 20 minutes worth of my very subjective opinion and like theorycraft, and now you all have to hang by my lips. No, I'm someone that goes into a spiral abyss. I demonstrate first and then we theorycraft afterwards. And that is my channel's philosophy. So I don't want to discuss anything that's upcoming because whatever is upcoming might still be subject to change, so it might be pointless. And in other words, like the whole ride and beta fiasco, which was something a lot of people expected because of beta. And again, they were idiots for expecting that an interaction would work, because in beta, everything can change. So don't set yourself up for disappointment. Rather get a pleasant surprise. That is sort of my philosophy. The other thing is, unless something is also in game, so for instance, Mihoyo hasn't announced or said anything, but as far as I'm concerned, if in game, we've got something here about new upcoming characters, and then it's official. Then we can talk about what we have in game, not about any leaks or speculations, but we can talk about this passage here if you want, and what we can sort of infer from the characters. So there's two new characters coming, Junjin and Shenhe. I don't know if they're 4 stars or 5 stars. Most likely the one's going to be 4 star, the other one's going to be a 5 star. But I can see from in game we're getting a new character, and that is quite cool. And if I look at Hu Tao's voice lines, Kaching's voice lines and voiceovers, I can paint a sort of picture as to what we could expect Junjin to be like in terms of her personality. But that is about it in terms of speculative content. Generally, I find it to be quite boring to discuss those things. So please, in the comment sections, don't ask me about anything that is upcoming or what is my opinion about anything new, whether it's a weapon, an artifact set, a domain, a new set of enemies, etc., etc. The last thing I just want to sort of say on this is, obviously, when I go and I look at an event like the Labyrinth Warrior English, and I go into this event, and let's say I play the event, and there is some cool mechanic here that's about, all about increasing your character's constellations, then obviously I can talk about the fact that perhaps MiHoYo is working on the ability to toggle constellations on or off, because that's exactly what this event does. You've effectively got your characters that are buffed to have an extra constellation, and then once you exit, that constellation is turned off. I mean, in a very similar mechanic, we can expect then that to be a feature in the game. When that feature will arrive, if it will arrive, we don't know. But because we've got something solid in game, we can talk about it to a certain degree. It's the same way. Some of the mechanics in here. Let's say I talk about a mechanic where one user buffs the entire team by giving them a ring, and if more than 3 enemies step inside the ring, then the ring disappears and you lose the attack buff. That might be an actual ability on an actual character, but that's not a leak from my side. That is just what I'm seeing in game. So that could potentially come, and if it does happen, then it's purely incidental. So I hope that makes it clear. So whenever I talk about upcoming things, it's mostly like speculative in nature, but it's mostly based off of something in game. But otherwise, please don't ask me about like upcoming weapons or artifacts or anything. I don't know anything. As far as I'm concerned, what we've got is what we've got in game or on the official forums. So yeah, that is my channel's policy. Have a great day, guys. Cheers.